Hello everyone, welcome to the Kubernetes series that we have started on YouTube. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the secrets in Kubernetes, and today we will cover a lot of things. Like we will start from the definition, then we will discuss about the architecture. Okay, then we will discuss each and every ways of creating the secrets, like imperative, declarative, how you will mount those secrets as a file, and then we will see whether we should use the secrets in production also or not, and if yes, then why we should use it, if not, then why we should not use it, and what is the real production approach. Okay, so these all things we should discuss in this video. So let's get quickly started and discuss on uh, the definition of the Kubernetes, right? So what is Kubernetes? Okay, what is Kubernetes secret? So it's kind of object. Okay, again, this is an object which stores the sensitive information. What kind of information? Like password, right? Auth token, SSH keys, and TLS certificates. Okay, so any kind of secret or sensitive information will be stored into the Kubernetes secrets only, right? We should not store into config map, Docker image. We should not hard code into the code. Okay, we should also not store into some git, because these are the things which will leak your password. It will leak to uh, the people who should not see it, right? So it makes it insecure and inflexible as well, right? So that is why you should not store it. People can view config map information, Docker information, okay, and then you should not definitely hard code, and you should not store in git or any other repository those password, right? So what we should do is we should create a secrets. Okay, so how is this secrets saved here? Okay, so it is first, whatever you will create, right, it will be stored as a base 64 encoded. Okay, in this, it will be in this format, and it will be stored into the etcd, right? So so let's get started and understand the architecture diagram as well here. Okay, so what we do is, generally, we said submit a request first of all. Okay, we submit a request that, okay, I wanted to create one secret. Once the secret is, so request gets submitted, it goes to the API server, and API server, what it does is it stores into the etcd in the object form. Okay, so that will be in the encrypted form, base64 encryption. Okay, so it will store it to the etcd, right? And then your job is done. Job is done in the sense you have created a secret. Okay, and please note that each secret, okay, will be, the name of each secret will be unique into the namespace. Okay, so it is referenced via the namespace also. So in one space namespace, there will be always one secret of the same kind of means name cannot be duplicate. Okay, so that's, you have to remember. Okay, so another thing is, once it gets stored, and you have created a pod manifest file, and you are requesting the pod to take care of you are requesting it to reference it, right? So let's say if you're referencing it and you are saying that I wanted to send the request to pod secret which I have created. So what it will happen is, you will send the request to the pod manifest, or there will be a secret reference will be there. We will see down the line, okay, what I'm trying to say, manifest reference here. So your YAML file will be there. It will be referencing it to the secret which you have already created in the step one, right? So let's say you are referencing it. So you wanted to fetch the secret. So API server, what it will do is it will validate, it will send the request, and it will validate and notify it to the controller management into the master node or control plane. So controller manager will check the details, and it will schedule. So it will send the request to scheduler to schedule pod to the node. Which pod basically I have to which pod inside the node the request needs to go, that will be taken care here, and the request will go to the kubelet. Okay, so it's a kind of agent, right? We already have discussed. So kubelet will again, okay, so it will tell, okay, so yes, this is the request, and here there is some references there. So kubelet will know this thing, and kubelet, what will send, it will send the request to the API server. Hey, I need the secret, because my application is demanding the secret. It is asking for the reference. Where is that? So it will send the request to the API server. API server in return will ask, hey, it is stored into the etcd, and it will read immediately, and it will send the request back, the basically kubelet, it will send the secret back to the kubelet. Once the agent will receive the secret which is sent by the API server, okay, it will inject the secret into the kubelet will inject the secret into the pod, or it will give it to the application which is running inside the pod. Okay, so this is the complete end-to-end flow which we should understand, right? uh, right, so what else we can discuss here? So this is, as I already told, that it will be namespace reference. Okay, so every namespace will have one unique secret, so you should not duplicate it, right? That we have discussed. And you need to do one more thing. Basically, you need to set an RBAC rule as well. Okay, at a cluster level, basically you have to set an RBAC rule so that whatever files are there, right, only certain people will be able to see the, or will be able to see the see the, or view the access, or see the secrets, or can manage the secrets, right? So you need to create a rule using, first you need to create a service principal. You can create a role there, like namespace, scope also you can do. Okay, and so RBAC things, and how we will role based access control, we will see in next video, where we will create an RBAC also. Okay, then we will create a service account RBAC, and then we will bind it to the service account. So those things we will see it later, but for now we have to understand like how this secret is working here. Okay, so what else we can discuss here? I think we are good now. So I hope you understand what is Kubernetes secret and what is the complete flow of the Kubernetes secret, and how it is getting stored, and how it is getting requested and then injected into the pod. Okay, so this we have discussed. Now let's quickly go to the hands-on also. We will try to do hands-on as well. Okay, so this is my file. So let's see how many application I have. kubectl get all. Taking some time. Okay, so currently I have one pod. Let me clean up my resources. I should have done it before, but let me do it. kubectl delete pods, and then I'll mention my pod name. It is okay, like this also it should be. So pod is getting deleted. Okay, meanwhile pod is getting deleted. Let's understand what I have for you. So what we will do is, there are 3-4 scenarios I have covered in this demo video. Okay, so first thing is how you create a secret using imperative way, how you are going to create a secret using declarative way, and how you are going to create secret and mount, for how you can do going to do a volume mount, how you can read it from the file as well. Okay, everything we will see. Okay, so first let's see the imperative secret. Okay, how you will create it. So there is a command, right? So this is the command. If you see, what it says is kubectl create secret generic, the name of the secret. So name of my secret is db secret, right? So if you can see, I'm creating a secret whose name is db secret, and from literal. Okay, so from literal, when I'm mentioning it, means I'm going to mention my key value pair. Okay, so name I'm creating where my, okay, so I'm creating a name called db password. This is the value, and the value of this is secret password, right? Now what it will do is, it will create a secret, and my secret password will get stored into db password, this particular value. Let's rename it for now, db password env. Okay, so what it will do is, it will create a password, this password, and it will save into this value. Okay, now let's read about this. So this will create a secret, and it will store this secret into this value. Okay, so now we are creating a pod. This is all simple. This is a pod of name db app. Okay, and this is my container image, and there is an environment variable. Name is db environment variable, db password environment. Okay, and this environment variable needs to fetch the volume from key is db secret. I mean, the secret name is this one, and the value needs to be fetched from this db password. Okay, so let's get started. First we will create this in the imperative way. So I will open the command prompt. Okay, and I will create the secret called db secret. Okay, so secret got created. Now let's see kubectl get secrets. Okay, so when you will see kubectl, okay, so there is a db secret available here and it is mentioned as opaque. Opaque means you will not be able to see it. Okay, so transparent, translucent, and opaque. So opaque means you will not be able to see the actual value. Let me show you after some time. Okay, so for now you can see, right, secret got created. Okay, now what I will do is we will apply this file. Okay, this is imperative secret. Okay, now let's do this. Kubectl apply -f and then imperative. Okay, I will hit enter. Okay, so it has created a pod and there is no error. So it means everything is fine here in this file. Okay, so as I explained, the environment variable is going to be stored inside the image container, and that is going to reference the secret db secret from this value, and the value of this db password is this, my secret password, right? So this got created. Let it get created. Meanwhile, we will see kubectl get secret. Okay, and my name of my secret is db secret, right? And I will put as output YAML kubectl. Okay, this is the same thing. Now you see, as I told in the definition when we were discussing in the flow diagram, the secret will store the value, that is my secret password, into base 64 encoded form. Okay, so this is saved into base 64 encoded form. Okay, and the kind is of secret, and it will tell like, okay, this is time, this at this point of time it got created. Name of the secret, my name of the secret is db secret, right? This is the db secret. Okay, so and this is something, and it is type of opaque. This is how you can reference the secret into any environment variable in the pod, right? So first you just imperatively you are creating the secret db secret, you are storing the value into some variable, and then you are making it as a key and value pair, and just you are doing the reference key secret key reference, same like we have done into the config map reference. Here we are doing secret key reference. Okay, so I hope this is clear, right? So we have learned that, okay, it is creating into the base 64 encoded form. What I also wanted to show you is if we are creating it into the base 64. Okay, let it get changed. I also wanted to show if it is created in base 64, is it safe to use in production, and is it only used for dev test? Okay, so that part we will see quickly in some time. Okay, let it get created. That is fine. Okay, so another approach what we will see is, so this is one thing we have created it manually and then we just reference it. Okay, now what else we can do here? This is my pod name, right? db app. Let's copy this and do the clear screen, and then let's do kubectl exec-it, my pod name, right? hyphen bin sh. Okay, so I should be in the pod. What is this? Qexec. Okay, so once you enter it, you should log in inside the pod. Okay, now you are inside the pod here, right? Now once you are inside the pod, let's do one thing. What we'll do is we will send a request echo, and then we will give it like command sorry, dollar symbol, and my variable name is db underscore, what is my variable name? db password underscore env. Okay, this is the one, right? So let's copy it and assume like this is performed by your any application. Okay, I will hit enter and you see my password is coming here. So basically what it is telling is, what I'm trying to say is, you have created a DB password here. Okay, basically you have created a secret here. You have stored the secret value in this variable and you are referencing it. You are sending it to the pod with key and value pair, saying that okay, this is my variable where my secret is stored, and this is my this is my secret, and this is my variable where secret is stored, right? And you are passing it to any variable or environment variable inside the pod. Okay, so your application, what it will do is, whenever you will send the request to db password environment variable, your secret will be visible. So this is what we can see as well, right? We have stored into secret, uh, and when we tried to see this, let me exit it. When anybody tried to see it, kubectl -o YAML, where is that command? Okay, when we are trying to see that secret on the db secret, we are not seeing this, right? This is base64 encoded format, but when our application was checking it, application was able to see that password whatever we have saved. Okay, this is encrypted here, but our application was able to read it. So this is the magic basically secrets provide here. Okay, now what else we should do? Okay, by now are we able to? Okay, so what we'll do is we will clear it and let's do one thing. So when I say that it is in encrypted form and I'm not able to see the secrets, is it like very secure and nobody will be able to see this particular DB password, right? Now let us see this. So there is a command basically we have to write. Just give me a minute. So we have to write system.text.encoding. Okay, and then UTF-8. I should have written it before. Okay, then get string. Okay, system dot convert from base 64 string, and I will mention here my password. Okay, so assume that this is base encrypted, right? So now let's paste it inside this tool or this command. This is pasted and let's hit enter. I hope there is no spelling mistake. Cannot find overload for get string and the argument one, count one. Okay, this is system.text encoding UTF-8. Okay, UTF-8 get string. Okay, so what we will do is, if command is wrong, you can go to the Google. Okay, and let's do one thing. Okay, I will come back to that point in some time. I need to check that part, why this command is wrong. Okay, but intention, you have got my intention, right? So base 64 is not so secure. Anybody who is having your this password, right, they will be able to check it. They will be able to check the value. Give me a minute, I will check it. Okay, so what was missing here is we have not closed the bracket, right? Because here we have open and we have not closed this bracket. That was the problem. Let's see now. Okay, so what we have understood here is that whatever the encrypted value was there, right? By using any tools, you are able to fetch the exact password, right? Which is making any team to be worried, hey, what if I will store my password in the secret and people can use any base 64 encoder and they will encode and decode my password, right? Here we can see this. Then what will happen? So organization will get worried about this statement, right? So when we should use this kind of approaches, you should use this approach in your dev. You should use it in your dev and test environment, right? So that will avoid this kind of dev test. You can use it into your CI/CD pipelines, right? But you should not, even for the CI/CD also, I will not recommend. You should always use any external vaults like Azure Key Vaults or any other vaults which is used by or provided by any other cloud service provider, right? So that we have to understand, and we should not. This is very important point or demo I showed. I hope you are able to understand what I'm trying to say. Even if I'm using the secrets here and it is not visible and it is encoded, if you are storing your important secrets like this for the production, people or any other team member can just decode your password and they can use it for another purpose, right? So that is why I will recommend in the end of this session what is the production approach you should have, right? Now let's continue this video and we will discuss next is what we have discussed now is we have created a imperative way, a secret we have created, DB name DB secret we have done, and I was able to log into this pod and I showed you this when I echoed this environment variable, we were able to see the password, right? That means my application is able to read it. Okay, now let's see the another approach. This is the imperative way, right? Now imperative way also you can do the volume mount also, right? So whatever secret you have created, right? Let's say you have created DB secret. Just now we have created DB secret, right? So that secret you can create it as a volume mount. What is volume mount here? So basically you consider as a USB drive and you are using on your laptop or computer, and then externally you are using it, reading, writing, you are doing anything you can do, right? And then you are taking it out. Okay, it works like as an external mount to your laptop. Okay, and then you can read the data, right? So pods. Okay, so when we create a pod, let's say this is the pod example DB app volume. Okay, this is my container. Okay, and I'm mounting it and then I'm keeping it as a read only equals to true. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm creating a path here under the etc, that is the default directory, my custom folder secret data. So you can write anything under the etc, you can mention anything. Okay, so we are creating a secret volume and that volume I am referencing to this particular secret DB secret. Okay, let's read what I'm trying to do. Pod bounds the Kubernetes secret, that is DB secret, as a volume on this volume at the path this in the container, right? So let me read it completely. Pod mounts the Kubernetes secret, that is DB secret, as a volume at the path in the container. Okay, the volume is read only in this case, meaning the application inside the container can read the secret but cannot modify it, right? So this is a useful for application that needs to access the sensitive information such as database password, API information without hard coding them into the application, right? You are just mounting it. The secret data is stored into the Kubernetes secret object, that is DB secret, and is mounted into the Kubernetes container file system at the specified path, that is this path. This allows the application to access the secret data as if it is a regular file. It will consider, okay, this is a regular file. Basically, you are just mounting it, right? That's what example also I gave of a pen drive, while still keeping it secure and separate from the application code. You're not storing your secret, but you are creating a DB secret and you're just mounting it. Your application will say, okay, there is some file and it will just reference or it will just volume mount it at this particular path. Okay, so I hope this volume mount you have understood. Now let's understand this example as well. What is this? This is secret from any file. Okay, so when you create a secret from any file, that file will be considered as a key and the value inside the file will be considered as a value. So file and the value inside, or the value, the data you are keeping inside the file, it will be your value. Okay, so let's say you are creating as a declarative way only. So this is the way you have to mention API version as v1 kind as of secret. You have to give the name of that secret. For example, here we are giving file secret name. Okay, of type is of opaque. Okay, and the data you are mentioning as this. Okay, so this is one form. Other one we just saw like imperative way. So kubectl create secret generic your file name, or I mean your secret name, file secret from file. Okay, previously we have given is from literal, right? From literal when we give is, it means your key and value you have to mention. This is your key and this is your value. Okay, but in case of from file case, so you have to just mention your where is your file or what is the name of your file. So in my name of my file is appsecret.txt. So this is the appsecret.txt and it has some secret that is super secret from file. That's my password. Okay, so I'm storing my password into this particular text file, and now you have both the way. You can create like this also, you can create like this also. But I will never recommend this approach because you are exposing your base64 password even in the dev environment like this. Okay, so what we can do is you create it in a declarative way like this. Okay, you create a secret like this and then you just create a secret like this, or you create a secret with the imperative way like this from a file, and then you need to just reference it as a volume mount. Volume mount we just have discussed, right? In the pod, what you have to do under this path, okay, this volume, or this volume, you have to read the secret from this file secret. Okay, file secret, where it will get, it will take it as a from the file. Okay, and this way this is going to work as expected, right? Now what else we have? So we have discussed about the imperative way and from file. Declarative way is simple. You have to declare the secret as I just now discussed. So this is the secret, this is the name of your secret, the type will be opaque, and this value you can save. So this file you have to keep away from your all the team members or your people who are in your organization. Only the secret coordinators or secret managers should have the access to the file. You should basically create RBAC rules, RBAC object, and then you should keep this secret file not accessible to everyone, right? Okay, then once you create this in the declarative way, you just need to reference it the same way. So this is your environment variable, and you are just doing secret key reference. This is my key and this is the value. So, and the value of this is stored into this one IP. This is the value. Okay, so either you do through the commands or you do through the YAML file. It is up to you. Okay, so all the scenarios we have seen: imperative way, declarative way, from the file. Okay, and this is the last key thing I just wanted to explain. As we saw, right, even if everything is stored into the secret, but secret things I was able to use, or I was able to see using some tools or commands. Here, even if you'll go on the Google and check for base encoders, 60 base 64 encoders, you will get a lot of things, and if you'll pass this value, you will get the result as well, like this. Okay, so that's the one thing. So it means my secrets, whatever we are keeping it here, it can be exposed and can be misused by people. right? So you can use it in your dev environment and test environment, but definitely you should not use into the production. In production, what you should do is you should follow this approach, where first you create and some external vault. Like if you are using Azure, you have to create Azure key vault. Okay, you have to create a secret. You just have to create a secret and you have to store the value like this. Okay, then create a user assigned managed identity. Okay, grant it an access to the key vault. Okay, you have to create a managed identity, add that managed identity in the key vault as a reader access. You have to provide that role and then bind it to Azure Kubernetes nodes using Azure worker identity or AAD pod identity, right? So using this approach, you should be able to use the secret in production. Okay, you have to first store that secret into some external vaults, and then from there you have to reference it. Okay, this is the one what I was telling. You have to create a CSI. So API version is secret store csi.x k8s.io// version 1. Okay, and kind will be secret provider class. Okay, CSI means secret provider class. Okay, I have given the name, any name you can give. Okay, and the spec, it is Azure provider. Parameters you can mention here. Use pod identity is equals to true false. You can use VM identity true false. User access identity you can mention here. Okay, your key vault name you have to mention. Okay, what is the secret? So the whatever secret you have created here. Okay, my secret, and then you have to give it object type as secret. Your tenant name you have to mention, right? Using this, you will be able to create a CSI. Once your CSI, so secret provider class, once it is created. Okay, so once it is done, then what you can do is these are some optional parameter you can see. Specify the version of the secret. Okay, you can do that as well. And once you are done with the CSI file or CSI object, then you have to just reference this. Okay, so you have to volume mount like this. So volume mount any path you can give, right? Even not even we don't need etct or etc as well. You can give anything. So this is bound. The secrets we are saying the secret will be present under this particular path. Now the volume mount, how you are doing, this is the name of your volume mount. The CSI, how you are declaring it. This is the name of secret store.csi. This is the same thing, right? API version. This one you have to mention. Okay, then read only equals to 2 or and then you have to mention volume attribute. Secret provider class you have to mention as Azure keyword secret provider. Who is the provider? Okay, so like this you should use. You should not use in production the regular secret, rather you should use some external vaults, and then you need to do the volume preference, volume mount basically that we have learned. Okay, in dev and test environment you can do, but I would again suggest in test environment or dev environment also you should prefer this approach only. Okay, for learning purpose this is all fine. Okay, so I hope you have understood the concept of secrets in detail today. Okay, and how to use Kubernetes secrets, what is the correct approach and how we should use in production. Okay, so thank you everyone, catch you in the next video. Please subscribe to the video and let's meet in the next video.